Hi, I'm Wolfman. Want to play? Uh, I I just realized I look like in this image here. I look like Chucky with a tiny body. Like I have a small head, or no, or a tiny head. I have a small head, big body, and I'm like wearing the Chucky costume because of the way that this camera is positioned. Um,
Appropriate.
it is, yeah.
Very
Uh,
appropriate.
but yeah, guys, we are here with Child's Play 2019, concluding the watch along part of the 12 Days of Chucky. It's been 8 movies I've been watching for you guys. And why this one's on day 9 is because last night I did a trailer reaction to the Chucky TV series. So you guys can go check that out as part of my 12 Days of Chucky that I did, the latest trailer they released. And today I have somebody who is actually a big fan of this movie, and he's someone who's part of the team of this YouTube channel and stuff, and that is Dan Movie Man himself, which is great.
Hi.
So, tell us a little bit about why you like this one so much.
Let me think. Well, when I first saw it, I didn't think much of it. I was like, yeah, it's fine. I was kind of indifferent to it. But then the more I thought about it, it just sort of grew on me, and I just realized it was the first Chucky film that I wanted to go back to in some time since Bride of Chucky. Really, hadn't really been a fan of the series since, which is horrible because Kirsten Colt added Fiona Dorff, who was amazing. But I find myself not wanting to go back to them often, like not really much at all. This is the first Child's Play I've wanted to go back to, sort of harken back to almost why I like the series that I grew up with to begin with, kind of, aside from some shitty effects. I'm not going to defend that.
Yeah,
I'll,
the
I'll
look, the
defend.
look, the look of Chucky is kind of indefensible.
Yeah, I'm not going to defend that. I don't like that. That hasn't grown on me, and probably won't on this viewing either.
Yeah.
But
Um, and I don't blame you for not wanting to go back to Colt. After my most recent rewatch, I was like, "Damn, Fiona Dorff, why are you in this movie?" Because I was watching it, and I was like, "She's so good," and
I
it's
know,
like,
right?
and the movie itself is just, it's not that great. But I am a
Um,
huge fan of Curse, though, so I definitely recommend going back to that one because that one,
I'll go back to them before the trivia thing that you've got planned. I'll go
yeah,
I'll
because
go back then.
and I've been finally adding questions for Curse and Colt because I was going through the trivia questions and I was like, oh wait, I've got nothing for Curse and Colt. I was like, I've got to write down more Curse and Colt trivia questions. So
So yeah, I'll go back to them finally before you do that, and yeah, maybe I'll change my tune on Curse. Maybe.
maybe
We'll
let's see.
see.
Apparently it's Don that and Seed of Chucky are Don Mancini's favorite films in the franchise.
Oh, Seed is absolutely my least.
Same.
Uh,
It's
Which is
uh,
odd because I'm a fan of Ridiculous, and that is such a ridiculous movie, but I just don't find it funny, except
it's because
for
they
John
repeat
Waters.
the same gags over and over again, and it's just
Exactly.
yeah,
I think the only things I can praise about it is it's mercilessly short. There's a pretty neat homage to the opening of Halloween in its opening, and the One Way or Another remix in the end credits. Oh, and John
yeah.
Waters. But other than that, oh god, it
Even the
was as
kills were
torturous going. What's that?
even the kills were lackluster.
Except for John Waters.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
was
his was cool, I guess. But
that was fun. But yeah,
Yeah.
That should be up my alley, but it was too ridiculous even for me.
Yeah. Well, hey, you're the king of controversial opinions, so you
Yeah,
would
so,
be interested in knowing that I rewatched Child's Play 3 during this whole watch along series, and that was my second least favorite, and
uh,
it's now bumped up to like in my top 3 of the franchise. Cuz Because rewatching it, I was like, "Wow! I just saw something I did not see in this movie. Like, it was way better." Uh,
it's just fun. Like,
it
yeah,
is.
that's ridiculous too. Chucky at a military academy torturing Andy, but it's funny.
It
Yeah,
is.
I've always had fun with that. I grew up with that in my teens, and I've just always enjoyed that.
And that one too. It's like it has like the first off, we never had a slasher take place in a military base, which is cool.
Yeah.
And then we've also never had. And I was also surprised at some of the emotional moments, like when the kid jumps on the grenade and saves everyone.
Oh yeah, it
Yeah,
was like uh, chicken throughout, and then yeah, he sacrifices himself towards the end.
yeah. So that was actually really so my tunes have changed on some rewatches this during this series, and I do like this remake. I don't like it more than the original, like some people do. I've heard like a couple people who've said that. I don't like it more than the original, but I do like it. I love Aubrey Plaza. She's
Me
great in
too.
it. She's awesome. Mark Hamill, he was actually did a really good voice for Chucky. He's not Brad Dourif, obviously,
No,
but
I don't think he didn't even try. Like he doesn't get mad or anything at that in the film like Brad Dourif would. This is typically in the series.
yeah.
It's
But Mark Hamill, though, he's still an iconic voice actor for what he does as the Joker and all those other voice roles. So he does a good job here. It's just you know
definitely.
not. It's like comparing Robin Williams to Will Smith and the Genie.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah, you can enjoy it, but you can't compare.
yeah. And so and I do really so yeah, I do really like this one, and the whole artificial intelligence style of it was really cool and unique and different. So um so yeah, I'm about ready now. Before we get started,
Yo,
do you want to do what you were messaging me?
yes, that's just what I
Earlier?
was about to say. Would just like to give a shout out to my brother Ben, who is a big fan of this franchise. I just want to wish him a happy birthday. Happy birthday, B. Hope your day is as special as you continuously always make me. And you are my buddy until the end. Happy birthday. Okay.
Oh, that was so great. Happy birthday. His name is Ben.
His name is Ben.
Yeah, happy birthday, Ben. Glad to see there's another Chucky fan out there. Um, and wasn't he one of the ones that you said was like responsible for getting you into uh, this franchise? Or
Yes. Yes, he got me into them. I grew up watching them with him. Yeah, he showed them to me. Have many a fond moments of watching the first four movies with him in our teens. Oh, and seeing this at the movies back in 2019 when we could go to the movies. Thanks, COVID.
yeah, COVID's still messing you guys up over there.
Oh God, yeah. It canceled our film festival. We had a film festival lined up between late October and to the middle of November, but because of COVID running rampant, they had to cancel it in our area.
No, that
Yeah,
sucks. What
So
what
that's
what was on the lineup for the festival?
um you've seen Shiva Baby, right? Shiva Baby, whatever it's called.
Oh yes, I love Shiva Baby.
Yeah, I believe you'd seen that. I knew that was in the lineup. Um, and something else that I know is getting raved called Titan, I think it's called.
Oh yes, I'm dying to see that too.
I haven't gone back and looked because what's the point? I'm not going to be able to see. I'm not going to be able to see them. But those are the
Yeah,
two that I remember standing out that I won't be able to see.
that maybe you would have if COVID didn't
Yeah,
happen.
if Kiwis got their shit together and took the jab.
Yeah,
Ay,
well, I mean, right now we felt that way about Americans, and then now finally Americans have been starting to get vaccinated and stuff like that. So I don't know what the vaccine's like in your area, or if you guys even have the vaccine yet, or anything like that.
yeah, yeah, we do. It's readily available. I've got my first shot. I've booked my second. I haven't got it yet, but I'm going to get it. There's just some people that just won't do it. They're dubious about it.
Yeah,
It's
there's just
frustrating.
people who are just like, oh, I just don't want to inject myself with stuff, and I'm like,
Yeah,
well, I mean, it's better than infecting people with stuff.
yeah,
So
infecting or death.
yeah. So before we
Yeah,
get started,
yep.
I've got my epic little mug I'm drinking out of that has Chucky on it and Ghostface
Holy
and
shit,
and
that's awesome.
all that. Yeah, and even Michael Myers, and they're all playing cards together. So
That's rad.
yeah.
You getting your drink on? What are you drinking?
Just some soda.
Yeah, likewise. I've got some booze, but I thought I'll just stick with soda.
Yeah.
I drank for the Hollywood one. Let's see how I am sober.
Well, hey, it was fitting drinking for the Hollywood one, but
Yeah, DiCaprio and all. Absolutely.
this one uh, we are both sober for, so we shall see. Although I wish I had enough alcohol on me to have watched Colt because I almost uh, watched Colt with like some booze because I wanted to take a shot every time they said Chucky did it. I swear Chucky did it, and like these are grown adults saying that, and I swear it's said like 50 times in the film. I'm like, holy crap! This thing is repeated constantly. It's like it's pretty much almost the whole script. It's
I'll watch out for that when I rewatch it soon.
yeah, you'll see that there's so many. Chucky did it. Chucky did it. It was Chucky. Chuck and all this stuff, and I'm like, if if I ever do rewatch that film, I definitely need to buy some alcohol beforehand so I can just take a shot every time he says. Um, but yeah, so I'm at quadruple zeros
Yep, me too.
because on Hulu it's quadruple zeros. So
It's just on my well, I should say my brother's blue. I don't own it yet.
yeah. Which, by the way, you should tell your brother to subscribe to the channel so then he
I
can see
definitely
this.
will. He
And
might have because I told him about the Hollywood one, um which he liked, both him and my sister. So they may already be subscribers.
oh, nice. Well, they are then great. Welcome to the family, guys. And then if you're and then if you aren't, well, then come join the family. It's we've got we've got movies, mm, movie reviews.
All right,
Um,
let's do this thing.
yeah, so I'll count down from three,
All right,
and then once I say go, we'll hit play. So
got it.
three, two, one, go. This is
I, I like the old Orion logo.
this is the first time that they haven't had a Universal in front of um, a Chucky movie.
And I know I should be thinking of the first Chucky, which used Orion. But whenever I think of Orion, I think of Silence of the Lambs. That's probably the film from Orion I've watched the most.
Ooh.
Hold on, I just need to turn up a bit.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is always a fun. This is like a fun little commercial they've got here. And instead, oh my god, oh the way he looks is horrible. Oh, I hate Chucky's look.
Yeah,
Um,
still not good.
yeah, it's still atrocious. These last three films, I swear, like the last good look for Chucky was Bride and Seed. And it's
Yeah,
like,
and Seed is the worst. Yeah, yeah, I agree. It was the last time Ducky looked decent.
yeah, and now it's like through like Curse, uh, Colt, and now this Chucky looks horrible. I don't know
Yeah,
who's ever is making the props for Chucky now needs to be fired.
definitely. And I'm not sure about the look for the upcoming series either, which I'm looking forward to, but I'm not sure about the design of Chucky in that. I'm not sure. I'll have to, watch the series to decide.
Yeah, it's more reminiscent of the Curse and Colt look for
Yeah,
the series, and I'm kind of mixed on that myself too. But I did watch a clip, and it makes me excited because cable television isn't really like it used to be anymore now, and cable TV is now showing that it can be very adult. And I saw a clip, and it's supposed to be a show on Sci-Fi, and they straight up said "fuck," and I was like, "Yo, that means that we're gonna get some f bombs, and we're gonna get some gore and stuff like that." And it says
so, sci-fi isn't known for dropping f bombs.
they used to be like more a lot like of a cable style network, but then I think it was around the time that Harley Quinn series that's on HBO Max,
Of the animated show.
the animated show, it actually was dropping on whenever it premiered on DC Universe, it was dropping on Sci-Fi simultaneously. So it was like on both DC Universe and Sci-Fi, and I watched it on DC Universe. And whenever I heard it was on Sci-Fi, I was like, "Oh shit!" Because that show is raunchy as hell. So that's when I realized I'm like, "Oh, okay." So they won't hold anything back now, and they'll you know do
Is it, is it raunchier than the Birds of Prey movie?
by a landslide.
But probably not as raunchy as the Suicide Squad. I'd imagine. Or is it
Actually,
on par?
it might be on par, if not more
Shit.
raunchy, because that show is like super adult. Like the first 5 seconds has like uh, five f bombs. You're like, oh my god, and it's like it is so raunchy.
Shit, I should seek it out. Oh, hold on, I've turned it up a bit too loud. I'll just turn it down a bit.
Oh, it's yeah. So it's interesting that they decided to change the name. What do you think of the name change from Good Guy to Buddy now?
I'm I'm fine with that. I got nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
Then
I
yeah,
think
managed to incorporate it into a nice jingle.
yeah. Here's my girl Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah, love Aubrey Plaza ever since Parks and Rec.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, even if for some reason I wasn't into the Chucky series, I would have seeked this out for Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah,
It's just an
there's
extra bonus,
she's the cherry on top.
definitely.
and also one of the best award hosts we've had. Because I don't know if you've seen the Independent Spirit Awards, but she was the host for 2 years in a row.
Really? No. What years?
It was the year 2018 and 2019, I believe.
No, no, haven't seen.
And since um, I was a voter at the Independent Spirit Awards, and I am currently. It was kind of. I think I watched it my first year I voted and watched was 2019, and I saw Aubrey Plaza hosting, and she did really good. She was one of the better hosts.
That sounds amazing. Also, it seems so weird that she would take on something like that because she's as funny and hilarious as she is. She can be a very awkward presence. So I'd imagine hosting an award show would be fairly nerve wracking for her, all the persona that she puts up for herself sometimes.
Yeah, and her humor that she was giving was kind of dry, but it was a good
Yeah,
dry. It wasn't like a bad
not
dry.
not surprised.
But it was like she was delivering like kind of dry humor on stage, and since it's on IFC, they typically don't. They have like they're allowed to go as adult as they want, so they let Aubrey Plaza just kind of cuss like a sailor during the whole hosting gig, and that was great.
Wow, that sounds better than the Oscar ceremonies have been in quite some time.
Oh yeah, I always preferred them to the Oscars because the Oscars will nominate things that are like, oh well, of course they'd nominate that. That's predictable and okay. But like this one is like they always surprise me. I'm like, what? That got nominated? Oh, I'm so happy. Or oh, this is I'm like so shocked on some of the nominees.
I need to start following that award show more. Was that the one where Adam Sandler won Best Actor for Uncut Gems, and he made that speech that
One of the best award speeches ever. But yeah,
yeah, okay, yeah, I've seen, okay, some clips on the online like that, but I haven't yet to see a full one. Maybe maybe next year's one.
yeah, maybe.
Which I'm sure you'll know. Are you still Do you still vote for them?
Oh yeah, I love them. I have some issue though with like my password thing. I just need to get that fixed. But once I get that fixed, then I'll be on the road and able to do things.
So, as a member of IFC, you vote for nominees, right?
I'm not a member of IFC. IFC is the channel it comes on. I'm a member of the independent Independent Spirit Awards, but I think they call it for me. They would just say that I'm a member of Film Independent. That's what they say. Like I have a Film Independent card and all that stuff. And they have this separate link that they give to like a private link that they give to not all the registered voters, and then we go in there and we get to vote on um, what we want to win and all that stuff, and so and they give us all the private screeners too, so then we can watch all the nominees as well. So
Nice. So, um, do you have a little say on who can win by voting?
yeah, yeah,
Nice.
I mean, because you're voting on it, so sometimes like if I vote on something, uh, then a lot of times it won't win. For example, I voted never, rarely, sometimes, always in several categories this year, and it did not end up winning anything. So So sometimes what I vote. So sometimes what I vote on personally doesn't win, but I'm okay with that because something else great will win. So like the one year I voted for Best Picture, I voted for Marriage Story, and The Farewell ended up winning, and I was like,
I think Marriage Story deserved that.
but I really love The Farewell, so I was like, oh, okay, I'm so happy about that, yay, and all that. So
So win-win anyway.
yeah,
kind of like MTV now. Like I think it's the audience that votes for the winners now on the MTV Movie Awards. I think.
but I trust the like those audience voting award shows. I don't trust as much as like private critic award shows because like all those private critics get all the screeners, so they get to watch every single one, and then they get to come to a decision of what they think is the best, and usually what they vote on is actually a worthy winner. And like the MTV Spirit Awards would be like Fast and Furious just won Best Picture, and I'm like, oh my god, are you serious?
Yeah, MTV sucks now, but the movie awards back in the '90s and mid 2000s, they were the shit. They were so fun.
Oh yeah, and
I
now
don't know if you.
now their MTV Movie Awards are just not as good.
I stopped watching a long time ago.
Yeah, I didn't even watch the Emmys this year. I'm just surprised I didn't watch it.
I did, but I like a day or two later.
Yeah, I just wasn't as enthused for it. I don't know why. I just wasn't as enthusiastic this year.
Neither, and it's I find it more fun watching award shows if I can watch them with mates and we can make bets and drink during them. But being in COVID, couldn't do that.
Yeah,
So, eh,
I,
it was fine. It was slightly better ceremony than the Oscars, which actually put me off drinking.
oh
I was
wow.
drinking during it, and I was so bored watching it that I stopped.
But I bet you it was then entertaining whenever their last nominee was, or last winner was announced, and you're like, "Whoa, what?"
I won in my bidding at least, so that was something.
Because I was like, thought Anthony Hopkins was very worthy of winning, and everyone was saying Chadwick Boseman was going to get it and all
Yeah,
that.
I even chose him, even though I liked Hopkins more. I thought no, it's gonna be Bosman because he died, and I kind of thought he deserved it a little more because he looked visibly gaunt when doing Ma Rainey, and I thought that was so impressive. He looked gaunt, he looked like he was near death, but he certainly wasn't acting like a man who, yeah, was near the grave. Well, at least to me. So I was like, yeah, I'll give it up to him, even though I liked Hopkins' performance more.
Yeah. Why would this kid even be like? If you see a doll that looks that ugly, the first Child's Play, the doll looks okay. So it's like, okay, yeah, it looks cute. You could play
Yeah,
with
it was
that,
cute,
everything like that.
and yeah, the kid was like 6 years old or something. That perfectly understandable that he would be into a doll like that.
This one is like a preteen, and you're telling me that he's into this creepy ass looking South Park looking type of,
Oh my god,
or
it is like something out of South Park.
like
It should
like
have Matt Stone and Trey Parker do the voice.
they should have the guy who plays Cartman.
Yeah, the Trey Parker. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's his name. It's Matt Stone or Trey Parker.
Also, he also played Kim Jong Un in Team America World Police. Oh yeah.
which apologies to Bride of Chucky, but Team America has the definitive puppet sex scene.
Yeah. But that would never have come if it was not for Bride of Chucky first.
No, I think it's the sci-fi guys. I think they would have pushed that boundary. They would have thought it up anyway.
Yeah.
I don't want to give credit for what spawned Seed, but if you want to, go ahead.
That's part of the reason why it's like, I can have fun with Bride, but that's part of the reason why I'm like kind of have my opinion on Bride has kind of dropped because it was the spawn for Seed.
Yeah, exactly. When I went back to it, I was like, "Wait, is this my second favorite Child's Play movie now?" And then that sex scene came along, and I was like, because this is spawning what's to come next, and it's not good.
Yeah. And see,
So
my Chucky, personally, my Chucky is dark and is like actually terrifying and scary and stuff like that. While uh, Bride and Seed took it in the complete ridiculous category.
yeah, they can they can be comedy if it wants, but don't overrule the horror.
Yeah,
Like yeah, you can make Chucky funny, same as they made Freddy Krueger funny as the series went on, and what you can just don't let it overrule. Which
yeah,
is which was I think my big beef with Curse and Cult was it went too far in the other direction. It's like, yeah, all right, we'll get rid of the silliness, but we'll just make it stone cold serious and a little too dark, well, at least for my tastes. Hence why I don't really go back to them, even though I love Fiona Dora so much.
yeah. Um, I don't know. I love it being dark, but I can understand because Chucky himself is a very silly premise. A man who dies, injects himself into a doll through voodooism or witchcraft, and so it's like it's a very silly premise. And when you try to take it seriously, it can come off as like kind of ridiculous. So
Yeah,
um,
I think there needs to be a decent middle ground, which is what I think. Yeah, the best entries in the series do make decent middle grounds between the
yeah,
serious and the ridiculous. Which is what I think this and Child's Play 1 and Child's Play 2 and even a little Child's Play 3.
yeah. Um, Yeah, because Child's Play 2 was my favorite one because
That's
that,
still my favorite. No,
yeah.
I went back to it and I was like, yeah, this is still my favorite.
So I bet you like the post credit scene in Colt then.
Oh yes, favorite bit.
Yeah,
Absolutely favorite bit. Which even though Colt follows through on it, I feel like it should have been 50-50. Half Andy and half what is Fiona Dora's character's name in it?
Nika.
Nika, thank you. Half Nika in the insane asylum, in the Cougar's Nest.
Yeah, there wasn't enough Andy in it. That was
Yeah,
one of my big complaints.
but he's meant to be in this upcoming series, right?
Yeah, he's going to be in the upcoming series, and I hope he has a bigger role. And Fiona Dorff is going to be in there too as Nika,
Nice.
because she was in the latest trailer that I saw, and as well as Kyle. So they're all coming back pretty much.
Nice. So
And
it's supposed
so
to
it's
be directly following from Cult.
yeah, pretty much.
Fair enough, because that ended on a cliffhanger on one of the like darkest notes you could end that series on.
But it definitely, to make you happy, it definitely, watching the latest trailer, seems like it's going to combine a lot of goofiness with some actual, like, real serious moments.
And apparently, Glenn or Glender just isn't going to be a thing.
Yeah, no.
Fair enough. That was ridiculous anyway.
Glenn slash, apparently, though, there's people who've said that Glenn slash Glinda is inspiration, has been big inspiration for the LGBT community up there.
Yeah,
And it's like,
not surprised. I don't think it's a great representation, but I'm not surprised.
yeah.
I thought you might be all right with Glenn Glenda because it's voiced by Billy Boyd. He's with Brad Dourif, and they were both in the Lord of the Rings franchises. I thought you
Yeah.
might get some novelty out of it, maybe.
Well, I don't blame Billy Boyd. I think Billy Boyd did the best with what he was given.
Yeah, it was just a ridiculous idea.
Because I think that his performance wasn't necessarily bad. It just was very poorly executed and very poorly written.
Definitely. I'm sorry. I'm a cat lover, so him choking the cat always gets to me.
Oh yeah, I'm more of a dog guy myself. So if it was a
A
cat,
dog, you'd be more.
so if it was a cat, I would be like, you can do that to the cat.
Do you remember the David Fincher Girl with Dragon Tattoo remake?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Like a cat is killed in that.
Oh
Do you
yeah,
remember that? Yeah.
yeah.
I was supposed to see it at the movies back when it came out with some friends, and then a friend vetoed it when she discovered that a cat gets killed, and she's like, "Nope, not going." And I don't know if to this day she's even seen it, but we didn't see it at the movies because of that.
Oh wow.
because my friend just didn't want to see a cat murdered on screen.
Oh man, Hey, I can get it. My mom's the same way. If a dog's killed, she says, "Tell me if a dog gets killed," uh, and stuff like that. Because I don't want to see it otherwise. So, um, we were watching Midnight Mass, the new Netflix series uh, on Mike Flanagan,
Yeah.
and there's this part where there's like a whole scene where these cats are killed, and at one point they wash up to the shore. They wash up to the shore, and it's a bunch of just dead cats on the shore of the beach.
Shit.
And I was like, "Oh no!" But they do a double whammy. Mike Flanagan kills both cats and a dog in that show, so it's like,
Oh, so he's an equal opportunity offender this time.
yeah, yeah.
I,
So he's like,
I, I, sh- I should
if I have to kill one animal, then I'll kill the other animal, make it fair.
I should tell my cat loving friend. I think I'm a fan of Mike Flanagan. Should tell her about Midnight Mass if she isn't already aware of it. She probably is. Probably
It's in
is
the
already.
it's in the first episode, so if she watched the first episode, she would be like, "Oh."
Yeah,
freaking,
I'm sure she's made a Facebook status, but I just haven't seen it.
yeah.
Yeah, just crucifying Midnight Mass and be like, "Don't watch it. Cats get killed."
I don't like the way that his mouth opens, Chucky. Like it's just like, yeah. I don't like that.
Yeah, I'm not against redesigning the look, but make it good.
Yeah.
Like, all right, if you don't want to make it look 100% like Brad Dourif, well, the original good guy, that's fine. I'm not against that, but
True. And this actor coming up here is right here looks like Jack Black.
I know, right?
A
In
little
fact,
bit.
that's what I thought it was when I saw the trailer,
Yeah, same.
and to this day, I still haven't been able to watch his death scene.
Oh wow, really?
I do get extra squeamish on certain things. Maybe I should drink because I find if I get drunk, I can handle.
Well, on my watch along, you live by my rules, and I say we watch his death scene today. So
Also can handle the boyfriend's murder earlier as well.
oh yeah. Ooh,
This, that's
Texas
Texas
Chainsaw
Chainsaw
Massacre.
2, right?
I think it is the second one. Yeah.
I haven't seen any past the first, with the exception of the remake.
Ah, okay, so that's the only one you've seen after the first.
Yeah,
Cool.
because
Uh, I watched the second one, or at least, yeah, I watched. I think I watched all the second one, and I need to go back and revisit it again because I was not a fan. And the reason I was not a fan was because of the shift in tone. You know, the first was so dark
yeah,
and serious.
the first I find to be the scariest movie I've ever seen,
Yeah,
and
same.
I just know that yeah, the second is just not that. It's
Yeah,
like
the
a
second the second
it's
is
like a
very.
dark comedy.
It's a comedy. Yeah, it's goofy and over the top and stuff like that. And Toby Hooper still directs it, but I'm like, why did you choose this tone to go with your movie other than that with the first tone created?
Maybe he figured I can't top the original, so don't try. Go completely in another direction, I guess.
I guess. I mean, it sometimes fits because the family is super crazy. So you know they're a bunch of crazy hillbillies. So I guess it kind of makes sense sometimes, but
Yeah,
it just didn't work for me.
one day
And I'm not excited for the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre because it's being dumped straight to Netflix, and so that scares me.
when is that coming out?
That's the thing. We don't even know. Like they haven't told us anything on the movie. They talked about they all they did was release a poster, and I was like, okay, cool. So it's coming out in 2021. And then they decided Texas Chainsaw Massacre coming to Netflix. I was like, no release date. Cool, got it. Thank you for no release date again. That's like, why aren't y'all just giving us that?
Could it, could it be because of COVID? Maybe that they've
Or they,
decided to dump it on Netflix,
or they just have no faith in the movie. They haven't released a
or
trailer.
that.
They haven't told us anything. It's really concerning. But they're bringing back, I think Alice is her name, the main girl in it, or whatever her name is, the main final girl. They're bringing back her character, but not the actress because the actress passed away. Yeah,
Passed away and would be too old anyway,
yeah,
unless they did some Irishman de aging shit on her if she was still around.
true. I mean, this is years later after the first one, so she's still going to be old in this one, in the new
Yeah,
one, or whatever.
and
So
yeah, if she was still around, I don't think you could put her through the same shit ringer that she was put in the first.
yeah, you know, the fact that Chucky does have a camera implanted in him makes him kind of scarier because he can just spy on you, like even when you don't know it.
Yeah, spy on you, playback, uh, whatever you've done,
Yeah.
adds to the creepiness of the look.
Which is another scene I hate in Colt too, or Curse. I mean, was when the guy has like sees that because he put a camera in Chucky, and then he sees that he's like looking through the camera, and I'm like, dude, you freaking have seen now that Chucky's a crazy psychopath, and he won't turn around, and Chucky can just walk up to him and kill him, and I'm like, and you haven't at all gotten her out of there or nothing. It's like, come on, yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember that. I'm gonna have to, yeah. When I go back to them soon for the trivia, I'm sure it'll all come floating back to me.
Have you only seen Have you only seen them once each time?
Yes, only seen them once.
Ah, okay. So yeah, it'll be good to go back to them then for the trivia night. Oh yeah, and I
Okay.
started writing out trivia questions for the remake too because I was like, oh shoot, I don't have
Nice.
any. I was like, I don't have any trivia questions for the remake yet, so I started writing out some for that as well.
Yeah. Is it, I wonder how I'll do this time, and it should be pretty good for 1 to 4, and maybe this.
Hey,
We'll see how I do with.
you were in the top 5 last time, so um, for uh, for movie trivia, so you could get there again.
Sure, I don't even remember. I remember participating and being in it for a fair bit, but I thought I was like maybe the third one out or something.
I think you were number 5, and then you got eliminated once you were in the top 5, I believe.
I'll have to go back.
Yeah. Um, but I remember being surprised at how well you did because you're like, oh, I'll probably not do that good. I don't know if I made the questions too easy for you or if it was just out of, luck. But,
Mm,
but this
no,
time I've got some questions that you guys are going to look at and be like, oh, come on, that's way too easy. And I've got other questions that might be hard, so I'm like balancing them out.
it should be, yeah. It should be different stages, different levels. It should be
Yeah,
like an easy stage, and then there's like a medium stage, and then yeah, challenging stage. They absolutely should. Well, I shouldn't tell you how to do. Just a suggestion.
oh yeah, no, of course. But it won't be elimination this time because I'm gonna have less players, so it's gonna just be like you all playing every round until I come up with a winner at the end of the game
Ooh.
by tallying off all the points. So, but
So,
it'll be on the 12th. So just letting you know that. So mark it.
so it's the 10th for you currently at the moment.
Yes,
It's
yes.
the 11th for me.
So that
So 2 days from now.
2 days from now. So that would be what day for you?
Yeah, it'll be Wednesday for me and yeah,
Yeah,
Tuesday for you. Whereas it's
yeah.
Sunday now for you, and
I'm
it's
so
Monday for
confused.
me.
You being in New Zealand just confuses me too much.
Yeah, fuck time zones. It's 2:37 p.m. on the 11th of October for me. What is it for you?
It's 9:37 p.m. on the 10th
The
of
10th.
October. Yeah,
That shit crazy time zones.
it is. Oh, she's my best buddy, if you know what I mean.
I have conflicting feelings about Aubrey Plaza because my in terms of attractiveness, I mean, not personality or talent, because my sister kind of or did idolize her a bit.
Oh yeah,
So yeah, I kind of find it hard to be attracted to her when my sister either copied her or she just seems like my sister.
It's just so yeah, it would be like having a crush on your sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, well, why? I also never attracted to Mila Kunis because my sister when she was growing up reminded me of her character on that '70s show Jackie.
Oh yeah.
That whenever anyone went on about the lesbian scene in Black Swan, I just couldn't I just couldn't get into that scene for personal
Really?
reasons.
Oh no. That scene, I use that scene because Natalie Portman has been my longest wife. I would use that scene so many times when I needed to get
No,
get some things going.
yeah,
I would
no, it's never been a source, as Larry David would say. Never been. Other things with Natalie Portman have been, but she's as long as she's not with Mila Kunis.
yeah. Yeah, Natalie Portman, ever since the Star Wars prequels, she's been my like number one crush.
Natalie
So
Portman. I thought it was Rachel McAdams.
see, it's like okay, the way that they all went was it was first was Amy Jo Johnson because I grew up with Mighty
Power
Morphin
Rangers.
yeah, I grew up with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah, she was cute.
she was my very, very, very first celebrity crush. And then the Star Wars prequels come out, and it's Natalie Portman, and she probably is my longest one I've had. But then I would watch Mean Girls with my sister, and I saw Rachel McAdams, and I was like, oh shoot, yeah, I love me some Rachel McAdams here. I now kind of love her now. So Natalie Portman, but it's like it was conflicting because I started loving Rachel McAdams, but I still had Natalie Portman in the back of my mind. And
Hmm.
then then it went on to being Nev Campbell from Scream and Wild Things and stuff like that.
I
Uh,
so need to watch Wild Things.
oh yeah, and you know the story of what I've done with
Yes.
Wild Things before.
Yep.
So, um, and after that, it went on to Keira Knightley from Pirates of the Caribbean,
Yeah.
and
She's cute.
yeah,
My,
and
my longest high school crush was an English girl who doesn't look like Keira Knightley, but sounds like her because they're both British.
oh, that's cool. I mean, hey, you're already the coolest guest I have on my channel because you have an accent. Like from a
Yeah.
different.
I'm Kiwi, but I don't sound it, right?
Yeah, yeah, you sound fairly. Uh,
Ooh.
normal. Oh,
Oh,
yikes! That's brutal death. And the girls don't even notice anything or hear anything.
how do you not notice that? How do you?
Hey, this showed. I think it earlier showed like Halloween, and now it's showing Christmas. So I think this takes place around both holidays.
Yeah, like Mean Girls.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of Mean Girls, it's hey. And speaking of Mean Girls, y'all can go check out my Mean Girls celebration I did. Dan pops up in the chat, was watching along with us, and that
Yeah,
was great.
gave some unnecessary write-ups. So,
um, yeah, so that was a lot of fun doing that with Heather.
um,
Oh, this is always such a brutal.
yeah, I've never been able to watch yet. I can't look away. Ooh.
Yeah,
I think it was just when he falls off the roof and he hits his foot.
yeah, because
This
this stuff
breaks
I've
his
seen in
feet.
a lot of. I've seen stuff like this in a lot of horror, um, but it was, yeah, but it was. It was mostly when he broke his foot that was really hard to watch.
Yeah, like I've never broken my foot, but I've twisted my ankle. Oof.
Oof. Yeah, I can imagine. But, yeah. Oh,
That was actually my first time seeing it without looking away.
hey, nice.
Yeah, taking regret assault, I can be
So,
very, very squeamish with certain body horrors. I couldn't handle Spiral earlier this year on a big fucking IMAX screen.
oh boy.
I had to look away. Oh Jesus Christ! I, I, I could do without that.
Yeah. I can understand that, but I mean, my favorite horror movie of all time is all purely body horror. The Thing.
Yeah,
So
the thing is about the thing is you're marveling at the amazing makeup gore horror effects and wondering how the fuck did they pull that off back in '82 that at least for me I can sustain whatever grossness because I'm just amazed at what they were able to pull off and what they fucked up in the remake by making it just all CGI,
yeah,
which sucks because Marilyn Winstead's in that, and I want to
I
support her,
I think I've
but
been just like too desensitized. There's a few things in horror that really bother me. Like I can't do eye stuff in horror. When someone's like has to stick something in their eye or they're pulling
yeah,
something out of their eye, that's a
yeah,
piece of body horror. I'm like, oh god, oh no, I feel it in my eyes. Oh, and and then there's other parts like like have you ever seen the movie The Ring?
The Ring, no, not yet.
Well, there's a part where um, she's pulling out this long piece of hair out of her mouth, and it's so long, it's black, and she's like gagging, she's like that. She's pulling it out, and I'm like, because I can't handle mouth stuff, mouth and eyes. I'm like, if you do mouth or eyes, I'm gone. I'm like, I can't do that.
Yeah, that sounds horrible. I think stuff I can't handle are things where deaths where characters get burned for long periods of time. If they're just put in a fire, that's one thing. But if they're like burned and like their skin's melting and all that, and it's all gruesome, sometimes I can't handle that. I haven't seen Final Destination 3 properly, but I have seen the tanning salon death
Yeah,
sequence. Fucking hell.
yep. Whenever you told me that, my mind immediately just went to Final Destination 3.
Certain water deaths get to me. Um, I saw Jaws at a fairly young age, and that opening, yeah, ugh. Because I hate swimming, I hate the beach, I hate the sea. So any horrors that deal with the ocean and terrors under the sea. I refused to see the Meg with my brother because I did not want uh, to be freaked out by any underwater frights that was going to be in it.
Oh yeah, that was the Mick. I don't even know if I've seen that movie.
Jason Statham. I,
Oh,
I
the
don't know.
Meg. Okay, I'm sorry. Your accent kicked in there, so I didn't know.
So
I
no, the giant shark film from 2018, I believe,
Yeah, I watched that
2018 or
one.
19.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
refused to see it. I very rarely turn down seeing movies with anyone, but that was one instance where I did.
Shark movies just scare you too much.
Just underwater frights in general do it for me.
Yeah.
There's this movie from 2011 called Sanctum. Have you heard of that?
Oh yeah. That was from
I
James Cameron, right?
what's that?
That was from James Cameron, right? I think it was.
He produced it, yeah.
Yeah.
If he directed it, I would have given it a shot. But he just produced it. The trailer was enough to freak me out, and then like read and saw some clips, and I was like, nope. The only way I can watch that is maybe if I'm drunk with mates or we're in a brightly lit room in the middle of the day.
You should watch the movie Underwater with Kristen Stewart.
I'm of I'm of two minds about that. I'm of two minds. I know if I give it a shot, I'm gonna have to watch it with the lights on. I'm just not sure. Maybe this season, Face of Fear.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Hey, I faced my fear, and before my friend moved to LA, I watched The Human Centipede with him. So
How is that?
it's everything you've heard it is, and then some. And apparently I heard Human Centipede 2 is like even worse when it comes to
Yeah.
the body horror.
Yeah. My brother's seen. I don't know if he's seen 3, but I know he's seen 2. Yeah. He considers that like the hardest movie he's ever had to endure. He was pleasantly surprised with part 1. He was like, yeah, disgusting concept, but they handled it well. He thought part 2 was what part 1 could have been. Um, he couldn't handle it. So I'm gonna take his
Oh
word on
boy!
that.
But
I may
part
give
two is
part
shot
1.
in part two is shot in beautiful black and white. So
I
hey,
may one day.
Chucky is an arc reactor. Um, but yeah, the Human Centipede. I was of two minds because part of it was like it really sucked and it was kind of hard to watch, but then another part was that it really wasn't as gory as I was thinking it would be, and wasn't as like gross as I was thinking it would be. Um, and it was also like uh, um, the acting was actually phenomenal. Surprisingly, like they all did really good. Like they all made me like convince me that they were scared to have their face up a person's butt, and they all and they all are like and the creep convinced me he was a massive creep.
Are you gonna give part 2 a shot at any point, or do you think you've had your fill with 1?
No, I'm gonna give part two a shot. What I'm gonna do is I'm either gonna wait till my friend comes back in December and like watch it with him. Be like, hey, we watched part one together. Now let's watch part two.
Yeah, for
Or
Christmas.
yay, Christmas. Or maybe I will once I because I talked about doing something like that when I get to 500 subs, and if I ever get to that number, then maybe I'll watch the number two and number three.
Wow, you've got guts.
They react to them.
I'm gonna take my brother's word on 2 and avoid it, but I'll be willing to give part 1 a shot at some point. I'm in no rush, but
Yeah. Speaking of, I still need to do my drunk viewing of the holiday special
of the Star Wars
for
Holiday Special.
my 200 subs celebration. I never did that. Soon it might have to just end up being my 250 sub celebration because I'm almost at 250. So
Should do it before the Book of Boba Fett comes out in December.
ooh, I should. That could be when I do that. Which I'm of two minds of that as well because I'm really excited for the show, but it's also like I feel really bad for Hawkeye because it's premiering the same day Hawkeye's finale is.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah,
that's weird. That they're the same streaming network, right? It's Disney Plus.
yeah, they're both Disney Plus.
That's crazy.
So
Well,
I feel bad because Hawkeye might get shafted on its finale because everyone's going to want to watch Book of Boba Fett.
including me.
Yeah,
that's that's crazy that they're going to be competing against each other.
they should have waited either a few more days or like, and then maybe just dropped it in January or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Uh, I thought there was the torture scene coming up with Jack Black copycat, Jack Black lookalike.
Oh yeah.
If it was
Hey,
Jack Black, I probably would have been able to handle the murder.
oh yeah. If it was Jack Black, that would have made the scene a lot harder to watch. Uh, but the fact that he looks so much like his doppelganger makes it just as hard.
Yeah,
And hey,
well,
you push through that like lawnmower scene,
true.
so you can try this time while we're on the stream pushing through Dollar Tree Jack Black's uh, death scene.
Yeah, I'll just imagine that it's Jack Black and he does some comical screaming.
Yeah, just imagine him as his character in Tropic Thunder, and he's acting like he's being killed and tortured.
or, or just but anything. Although there was a film he appeared in the '90s with Bruce Willis. I can't remember the title. Do you, do you know of any film Jack Black did with Jack Black appeared in with Bruce Willis in the '90s?
First I'm hearing of it. I'm looking this up now though. Jack Black, Bruce Willis. The Jackal.
The Jackal. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, do you have any intentions of watching it or
Well, I do now. It came out my birth year. I have to.
nice? Okay, I was gonna say a massive spoiler, but if you have intentions of watching it, I won't say then.
Okay, that's fine. Um, but yeah, I mean, because I'm trying to watch every movie from my birth year, and my birth year is not the
97.
best.
This
97.
seems a pretty damn great year. You got Boogie Nights, you got The Lost World, you've got Chasing Amy, you've got Jackie Brown, you got Good Will Hunting, you
True.
got Scream 2,
And the game. I forgot about the game.
and The Game. Yeah, you got The Game. 97's a far better than this year.
Yeah. I mean, but you're also, it's the same year you got Batman and Robin. The
Hey,
same
that's
year,
fun.
the same year
Like,
we got Spawn.
I don't mind Spawn, but yeah, I'm not going to defend that as much as I will Batman and Robin.
And Alien Resurrection.
I like that too, but yeah, it's not great.
And then we got Mortal Kombat Annihilation that year.
That's yeah, horrendous, but enjoyably bad.
um, and then we got American Werewolf in Paris, not the American Werewolf in London.
Which I actually liked as a kid. I liked it more than London, and then I had to
Yeah,
grow up to London, and then realize no, Paris is shit.
yeah. I was the same way growing up as a kid, and then I learned my lesson as an adult.
Yeah, you just have to.
Um, so yeah, it's a good year. It's just it does have some of that crap.
Titanic,
It just has some of
which
that
was
crap in there too.
Titanic, which was the biggest film ever, and I think still should be. Is it Avatar or Avengers Endgame?
Well, it was Avengers Endgame, but I think
But
Avatar
it's
just
going back to
replaced it again because Avatar did a re-release, and they got So they got money from their re-release, and now they're the #1 box office movie again.
Nah, go back to Titanic. I
Yeah.
like Avatar, but
And Avengers Endgame, that's a great one too.
yeah,
Um, but Titanic, I think that even won Best Picture that year, if I
it
remember
did.
correctly. Yeah,
Here
yeah.
comes Jack Black's death.
This is the scene where it's Jack Black's dying. Just think of him as like, I don't know, his Jumanji character or something. Like,
which I never given a shot because I can't stand Dwayne Johnson.
you would love it because of Jack Black.
Yeah, I know. Jack Black looks like he's funny in that, but I'm not sure I want to put up with Dwayne Johnson and his shenanigans.
Yeah. Oof. Oh, lost your glasses. Guess you're gonna have to go let him get them. Oh, he's holding a hot pipe. Oh yeah. Hey, you did it.
Yeah, not gnarly as the face being skinned and the feet being broken. Gnarly, but I guess in a
Although, I
general,
mean, falling on your balls on a razor,
yeah.
that would hurt.
The idea of it is, but
Yeah.
but you don't see the balls. Did you
Yeah.
um you watch Curb, right? My favorite show.
Oh, long balls. Long balls. Yo,
do, do, do you,
you long ball Larry.
I wasn't thinking that. I was thinking, do you remember when Martin Scorsese, appeared on the show once?
Yeah.
And they're because he's cast Larry David in one of his movies, which I wish one day he would actually do. But they're discussing about showing balls, and Scorsese's like, no, that's too much. It's too much. And Larry David's like, no, we can show the balls. It won't be too much. What's the problem showing balls? As Scorsese's just like, no, I want to show the threat of I want to show the threat of the violence.
Yeah.
That's just
That was so great seeing such a prestigious type of filmmaker in a, I don't want to say stupid show, but it's because it's a great show, but it's like
yeah.
stupid fun.
You just
But
wouldn't expect, like,
yeah, it's
celebrities
like,
do appear on that show, but Scorsese doesn't really act really unless it's something he's made.
yeah, like Taxi Driver and stuff.
Yeah, that's my favorite director cameo. If you can even call that a cameo, because it's like a one scene wonder.
True. Um, and then didn't some other actress make a cameo in that movie too?
In Taxi Driver?
Like a kid. It was the kid, something like that.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I mean, I'm trying to remember who it is. I'll
Look it
look
up.
it up again. Uh, is that the boy from Stranger Things? Oh no, okay, I thought that was in the
Yeah,
first.
I don't think so.
Miss
I wasn't
Carter's
sure.
in the chat, says, "Hey everyone."
Hey, Miss C.
Hello.
Does C stand for Cunningham? You familiar
Carter.
with Carter? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we all call her
Cunningham.
Miss Carter or Miss C. So
Yeah, the Cunningham. That's the name of the family in Happy Days. 70s sitcom with Henry Winkler, the Fonz. Hey, although he's probably known more now for Barry, right?
yeah,
Well,
which
that's what finally got him the Emmy.
it's like finally is actually being you know released and such or being next year, I believe. The new season of Barry. It's like
Well,
about damn time. They delayed that so long.
yeah, along with the final season of Better Call Saul.
Yeah. It was Jodie Foster. That was it.
Yeah, she
I don't think
starred in it.
Yeah, she starred.
I'm sorry,
Yeah, she starred in it. She was really young.
I thought you were meaning like another kid actress like made a cameo.
Oh, I might have said cameo, but I did say like because I was referring to a young Scorsese, and then I was referring to like kid aged because she's almost pretty much kid aged in Taxi Driver.
Yeah, she was like I think she was 14 or 15 when she made it. She
Yeah,
was a teenager.
so I was talking about how she was kid aged in that movie too. Um, it was really yeah. Miss Carter says Carter is my last name. And she says, but it's funny your friend said that because Bacon, who was on the channel, Bacon Poo Poo, always calls me Mrs. Carter uh, when he addresses me in the chat.
Do we have Kevin Bacon? Does Kevin Bacon follow us?
Oh yeah, but he'll probably be in the trivia night too, so that'll be fun.
The Bacon guy? Well, the
Yeah,
Bacon
yeah.
guy.
No, actual Kevin Bacon he'll pop up and he'll join in the Ash. I wish that would be amazing.
Kevin Bacon wouldn't have been a bad voice for Chucky.
Yeah. We have, speaking of Chucky, we've got Chucky in the chat. Says,
This is for Tupac.
this is for Tupac. Child's Play 2019. So
I don't know what that means.
I think that might be one of the quotes or something of the movie.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I think too. I think
Yeah,
Mrs. C.
yeah,
I,
makes me think of Miss Cunningham from Happy
yeah,
Days.
I think of Marion Ross. Yeah, Marion Cunningham in Happy Days,
Yeah,
because that's what Fonzie. Used to address her all the time. Hey, Mrs. C. Hey. It's been a while since I've seen a rerun of the show, but I caught a fair bit in my teens.
hey, he's got the ET finger. He's like ET phone home magic. And so magic wand, it's a magic finger.
See, I
Yeah,
forgot about this bit.
Miss Carter says the Tupac thing is a quote from the movie.
Oh, of course. It's been a while since I've gone back to this movie. Yeah, no, I remember. I know what she's referring, what they're
See,
referring
so
to.
it's a good thing I didn't write that out yet in my trivia night, or else then you would have. If I asked that, you would have been like, I don't know what movie that's from.
Oh God! If my brother watches this, he'd be like, "Ah, Dan, how could you forget?" Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, how could I forget? I mean, yeah, it's been a while since I've seen it, but the film's only 2 years old. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see it at the movies?
I know I almost did, but I don't think I was able to make it. And it was really unfortunate because I really wish I could have. I wanted to see a Chucky film in the theaters, but I ended up watching it when it, I think on Redbox that year later on when it hit the Redbox kiosk. So
Yeah. It like briefly came out to cinemas here for like barely a month and then was taken off.
yeah, it didn't do well. Unfortunately, like
No, not
as
really.
well as I was expecting it to, because Child's Play is a popular franchise, so I was expecting it to do better.
Maybe if it had Brad Dourif, and maybe if it kept the original look, maybe I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, whenever you see uh, the look of Chucky in the trailer and see that's not Brad Dourif, that might have turned people off. And
Yeah,
again, he said this is Chucky again. I swear, if you had $1 for every time someone said that in this franchise, you would be rich.
rich or insanely drunk.
Do an entire that'd be good. Do an entire like 1 day marathon of every single Chucky film, and every time they say Chucky did it, you take a shot.
I'm not sure if I've watched an entire horror franchise in 1 day. I think the closest I've gone is the Psycho series.
Oh, nice. The only marathon I've done in 1 day was Star Wars, where we watched all the Star Wars movies in 1 day for Star Wars Day celebration. Um,
I've done the original trilogy Star Wars in 1 day, but what you did what one one to six?
we did 1 to 6, but then once the new trilogy came out, when Episode 9 came out, it was our longest party. We started early at like 5 in the morning, and we did Episode 1 all the way to like it was either 5 or 6 in the morning when we started. But we did Episode 1 all the way through Episode 9, and we included Rogue One and Solo.
Shit, that is dedication.
So we did all that, and it was a whole 24-hour party. We got like no sleep, and then by the time the last movie ended, we were like, finally.
And it's
So,
doable. You could do all of that in a day if possible.
yeah.
Shit.
Um, and we actually, and also I do I host an annual Indiana Jones party too, called Indiana Jones Day. So there's this in June. So I also do all of those movies in 1 day. A lot like during that too, but that's only like 4 movies you have to watch. So 4 movies in 1 day isn't that big of a
Uh, I've done the original Planet of the Apes series plenty of times in a day.
yeah.
The original ones from the 60s and 70s. That's a breeze. That's my favorite film series. That's a breeze. I could easily do that.
The one you've got as your profile picture on Facebook right now.
Yes, exactly,
Oh
exactly.
yeah, or 8 exactly.
8. Beautiful.
Chucky says, "You are my buddy until the end, more than a buddy. We are best friends. I love you more than you will ever know. I will never let you go, buddy." Appreciate
Great.
that, Chucky. Words from the heart.
Yeah, beautiful jingle. Yeah.
Absolutely.
My brother did a montage of this movie that's on YouTube. I'll link it to you when we're done. But he set it to that Buddy jingle, and it's amazing.
Oh, that's awesome. So your brother has his own YouTube channel?
He does where he puts up montages that he does.
I will have to definitely subscribe to him. And hey, now that if he's not subscribed yet, a part of it that will make him want to subscribe to my channel is knowing that after talking to you, I might make you the social media advisor of Mega Movies. So that being said, you can be like, hey, I'm a part of the team. So
Like, I'm very flattered. Hopefully, I won't screw up this channel this enterprise that you're growing. I'll just be the worst.
no, you can't mess it up. It's no more than me messing it up, or you know, or Ross or any of those guys. So
Yeah, yeah, I get very self conscious doing video
dude,
things,
that's some
but
like that's some like furry shit right there.
I wouldn't mind if they did a sequel and it had that that fairy doll's the killer.
Yeah, but it's like kids who buy that would have to be into like furry stuff because it's like, why would you buy a bunny doll that looks like that? That's kind of weird. I don't know.
Yeah, wouldn't that give children kids nightmares? Well, I don't know. I don't know what scares
I,
children.
I don't know. I feel like Chucky would give kids nightmares even more because of how he looks here. Oh boy, he just got stabbed too.
Yeah, stabbed in the throat, so he
He
can't
looks like
eat.
he looks like a freaking drunk man in a like mascot costume or something. Oh, it's like a Guar concert.
It's like Mario or Luigi from Super Mario Brothers.
Have you ever heard of that band Guar?
Yes, I have.
They have a documentary at a horror festival that I'm going to watch tonight. That I've not seen, but um,
You like never sleep. Yeah, you're just constantly
I
watching
don't.
stuff.
I last night I was on the C Files podcast, and then we just spent so long in the after party that I didn't get to bed till like 5 a.m.
Shit, you had like how many hours sleep then?
I actually slept until like 1 in the p.m. today. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's still eight
Right.
hours. But I slept in so late, I missed half my day. I was like, wow, I've already missed pretty much most of my day now because I slept until 1.
So you're done with this. You're gonna check out that Guar.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm going to watch that, and then I'll probably go to bed. Just because I have like a 24-hour time limit on it I have to watch.
oh, I see.
Because of how those festivals go, so I kind of have to watch it, and then afterwards I'll see it. But I just discovered Guar this year for the first time, and I'm so amazed by their music. They actually have a concert happening in December, and like just a few hours away from me. I kind of want to go.
Yeah. I think they appeared in Jackass once, or one of the spin-offs.
Oh
Jackass
yeah.
trying to. I think they appeared in Bam Margera's spin-off of Viva La Bam. I think that's how I discovered them.
Oh, nice. Hopefully, it was Bad Grandpa and not Action Point, or it might have been one of the other Jackass movies or
Yeah,
something like that.
I haven't seen Action Point, but I have seen Bad Grandpa.
That was a fun one.
So for,
All right.
so for a second, you were referring to Dirty Grandpa, that shitty comedy Aubrey Plaza did, where she lusts after Robert De Niro.
Oh no, no, that one's not good.
Yeah, terrible. She
Yeah,
was funny in it, but terrible movie.
yeah. Um, are you excited for the new Jackass?
Was I am?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I definitely am.
It's unfortunate it got delayed to like 2022 though.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm glad it got delayed as opposed to what's happened with No Time to Die, the latest James Bond, where they've just released it into theaters,
Yeah.
but yeah, I can't see that at the moment because cinemas are shut. Thank
Which
God
I'm
I'm
so
not.
shocked that that film has bombed at the box office this weekend because I went on Saturday. My theater was almost sold out of No Time to
You've
Die.
seen No Time to Die?
Yeah,
Is it good?
uh, it was really good. I actually thought it was one of the better Bond films in recent years. I mean, I quite enjoyed Skyfall and Casino Royale, but this is still probably third behind those two. Um, but I thought it
Mm.
was still pretty good. Um, it's not. I mean, my favorite Bond films are still probably Goldmember or Goldeneye, but
Mine's a License to Kill.
oh, nice, that's a good one too.
Yeah, it just feels like an '80s action. It feels like Bond attempting Lethal Weapon or kind of Die Hard.
That was
I'll
a
say more
Roger.
Lethal
That was a
Weapon.
Roger Moore one, right?
What's that? No, it's a Timothy Dalton.
Timothy Dalton. Okay, cool. Yeah, he was only Bond three times,
Twice. Yeah,
twice, twice.
Living Daylights and License to Kill.
Yeah, he was Bond. I think the shortest amount of time, and the
No,
longest.
George Lazenby was once.
Oh, really? Okay, cool. Um, the longest Bond was Sean Connery. He was like in how many movies? Like what, 8 movies as Bond or something? It's crazy.
He did 6 official ones, and then he did an unofficial one.
Yeah.
So technically, it's Roger Moore, but if you include the unofficial ones, then Connery ties with Roger Moore for 7.
Okay. Yeah, but
I'm surprised I know
but
all this. I'm not.
this one was definitely um, a fun James Bond movie. But I'm just surprised it made like 56 million opening weekend because it was like sold out in my cinema. It was crazy packed. So I don't know. I'm kind of surprised. But yeah, it is unfortunate that you can't see it right now. So
It's okay. I'm not the hugest Bond fan. It's okay. If it was um, if it was Halloween Kills, which comes out end of this week, I would be more annoyed.
yeah, I love this setting here too
Oh, me too.
for this final act. It's always really fun. Ooh, he's good. He just got knocked out.
You got knocked the fuck out.
Uh oh. I'll bet you now she believes that Chucky's dangerous. You know, that's one thing I have to say about the franchise previously. Like, this is a remake, so it's fine. But like I mentioned so many times in this watch along series, is like you would think that by a certain point, Chucky would be on the news, and people would actually like see that there's actually killer doll out there who's been killing people, and you'd think that it would actually be public knowledge now. And like after what the seventh movie, so I was like, I'm kind of surprised it was not public knowledge by Colt.
Yeah, he puts himself out there way more than Woody and Buzz and Co. do in the Toy Stories.
Yeah,
Well, they kind of pushed it in Toy Story 4. Kinda. Yeah, that was kind of some Dorf rage, slightly.
oh wow, just broke the freaking chainsaw. So you just oh,
Miraculously,
I'm
they
so
didn't
glad
break
her
their
I'm
foot.
so glad her leg didn't get like snapped when
That's
she
just what I
dropped.
was thinking.
Oh yeah. You think that's gonna kill him? You gotta like double tap.
We'll go for the head.
Yeah, chop off the head. That's a cool shot. But,
This is a cool shot.
um, I've always thought like so. The Brad Dourif Chucky is like I thought it told you. But I always thought the Brad Dourif Chucky. Hey, he lived. That's so good. Um, I always thought like because he's supposed to be human, right? Just in a doll form, pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm like, so in the first Child's Play, how does he survive getting burnt? How does he survive uh, getting shot a bunch? Getting his limbs, you know, taken,
Getting
blown off.
blown up, chopped to pieces.
I'm like, you're supposed to be a human in a doll's body. I'm like, if you're a human and you get your limbs shot off, you die. If you're human and you get burnt alive, you die. So I'm like, it's kind of weird that he takes so much.
Yeah,
But I guess they wanted to make it more climactic because Chucky's demise is kind of anticlimactic in this
movie. Kind of like the losers from It or the Stranger Things kids, the gang there.
Yeah, they are. So, what are your I'm just curious. What are your thoughts on the petition that just got made about Halloween Kills?
I think it's ridiculous. Completely ridiculous.
So,
This is actually firemen petitioning to get that scene removed.
yeah,
Like, I'd understand if it was 20 years ago and 9/11 was still fresh. I'd understand because of firemen dying and sacrificing their lives for that. But
yeah,
for just one scene in an upcoming horror, that's ridiculous. Just don't watch it.
yeah. And the thing is like, what are you supposed to be cheering for Michael Myers? He's the villain. You're not supposed to be cheering for him. The whole sake of the movie, is you're supposed to be against Michael Myers. So it's like, and he's a pissed off Michael, so he'll kill who's ever in his way. So
Yeah, like like he's done in like a dozen other films. So why why are you taking umbrage now all of a sudden?
Yeah,
It's so dumb.
it's funny. This song is so like um, bright for and kind of cutesy for the credits.
Yeah, yeah. My brother, I think, made it work for the montage that I'll link to you soon.
Yeah, I think it's it's pretty awesome to have Mark Hamill sing it as Chucky is really cool. I like how they did set it up to where it could get a sequel too, with the ending, because you saw the little eyes light up.
Yeah, a sequel that I don't think we're getting.
No, because it didn't do well. But um, especially now with the TV series out,
True. Yeah.
I feel like Don Mancini is going to kind of want to finish off Chucky and stuff like the way it was supposed to be finished off. So
Yeah, I'm all for that. Cult of Chucky should not be the last we ever see of Brad Dourif as Chucky.
yeah,
And so I'm glad there's more coming. I'm looking forward to it.
yeah, I'm certainly glad Colt will not be the last we see uh, of of Chucky of Brad Dourif as Chucky. Um, I like the music here too. This like
Yeah,
this the score that they've got and stuff.
it's like the Denny Elfman esque.
Yeah, it does feel a little
Sounds a
bit
bit like
like
Danny
that.
Elfman.
Like a Danny Elfman Tim Burton thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's great. Red Scar says, I agree, it's ridiculous, but I feel like it's a deeper issue in this country. They're trying to make a way, take away free speech and having a different opinion. This cancel culture has gotten too carried away. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, everybody just gets so easily offended over anything.
Yeah, I'm not going to go into detail because it's a super long story, but the podcasters who I did the podcast with last night, they talked about how they got kicked off the network that they were originally working for because and their friend owned the network, so they thought that he thought he could trust his friend because this guy did. He didn't call out anyone. He didn't say anything against anyone. He didn't do anything bad. He simply said it was bullshit what happened to Gina Carano, and she should not have been fired because if you actually look at
Ooh.
the tweets, this is what actually the tweet said and all this stuff, and he went on to defending himself. And just because of him having a difference in opinion like that, they fired him off of the network, and he was completely in a really awful state, uh, and so he's been a major victim of cancel culture, and so it's like, so I can he can definitely relate, and I can definitely relate, um, because I I've gotten kicked out of a video game group for simply sharing my opinion of The Last of Us Part Two being a masterpiece. It's a video game group, and they kicked me out because The Last of Us Part Two I thought was utterly brilliant, and that's a super divisive game. So they were all like, "You can't like that game," and then they kicked me out. I was like,
Banished you for that?
"Yeah,
You shall not pass. That's oh my god.
yeah." So it was maybe it was too long because I wrote like a long paragraph explaining why I think the game's a masterpiece, and then tried to go into like its themes and what it addresses and stuff like that. And then they they kicked me out, and I was like, "Oh, okay, forget that for you guys." So
Oh shit.
So, so yeah. So I'm always just like trying to. So I'm always against fuck cancel culture. It's so stupid right now. Um, and this petition is just a greater sign of that. That you know, there's some morons out there who just want attention and will do whatever
Yeah,
they
that's what
can
it
to get it,
mostly is.
even if it means trying to uh, attack a franchise or attack something that someone actually cares about. They will go that far to seek out attention. So yeah, it's sad.
Yeah, it is.
But that was Child's Play 2019, guys.
Woo!
We have actually done it. We have made it through the watch along parts of our 12 days of Chucky. This has been a fun ride with you guys, and it's not over yet. I've got tomorrow my tier list / ranking of the franchise.
Ooh.
And then on the 12th, I've got that trivia night, the Chucky trivia night with everyone. And
I'll participate if you still want me.
oh yeah, of course. I'm in desperate need for some extra players. Because one of the guys knows some of the question. Ross, he knows some of the questions because he came up with some of them. So I said, I'm not going to have you play. I'm going to have you kind of co-host it. So just to be fair, because if he knows the answer, then I'm like, you can't play. So
Fair
um,
enough.
so I'm gonna have him co-host it. So I kind of looking for more players, and I talked to those podcast guys, and they would fail because they've only seen 2 Chucky movies, but
So, which ones?
they've seen the first and second. But
Okay.
but I'm
Had
like,
enough after that?
yeah, I guess yeah, they were like it just wasn't ready for them. They said they want to go back and finish the rest, um, but for me, it's like uh, I'm like, well, you guys would lose, but it would be fun. Anyways, and that's what it's about, having fun. But Flet's House of Horror is here. Kyle, my friend Kyle, he actually did Child's Play 2 with me, so you guys can check that out.
Yeah, I tried to you asked me for that, and I tried, but I was too tired. I couldn't do it. I was up all
Yeah,
night. Like I just couldn't do it.
yeah, I remember you telling me that. I was like, yeah, you get some sleep. That's why when I got off the podcast, we were all done at like 4. We ended it at like 4:33 p.m. or something my time or a.m. my time, and I was all like, okay, do I have time for another watch along? And I looked and I was like, no, I don't think I do. So I decided to do the reaction video that night instead, and then I was like, I'm just gonna do the watch along tonight now instead because it was way too yeah, it was way too long. So um, but it was a fun night, and even though I got like very little, uh, even though I stayed up way too late, and I will definitely go to bed earlier tonight because I don't want to stay up that late. Um, After that Guar documentary, I will go to bed. Uh,
Yeah.
but Fled's House of Horror says, "Hey Michael, Dan, Miss Carter, hope your evening's going good."
Thank you. Yes, it is. Hope it is for
It
you
is.
too.
It is going well, and he just did a watch along for was it the first Rob Zombie's Halloween? I think it was the first Rob Zombie's Halloween on his channel. So um, he did that with a couple of friends of mine, Destiny and Chris. So you can go and you guys can go and check that out as well. Um, it's it's the first Rob Zombie's Halloween. Let's check. So yeah,
Are they going to do part two?
maybe we might do part 2. Hey, I'm actually contemplating because I wanted to do all the Halloween twos, and since we're getting another Halloween two this year,
Right.
I wanted to do like Halloween two 1981 watch along, and I wanted to do like a Halloween two 2009 watch along. So
You hate the 2009 one, right?
yeah, that's why I need to find someone who loves it because I don't want to. Because then that way I can have the difference of opinion. Have someone watch it who like loves the film and can talk about why they love it, like you, and then
My favorite.
someone like me who hates it. So it's like, so yeah, so that would definitely be a fun discussion.
You sure you want to torture yourself with something that you definitely hate? I'm not saying
Uh,
I wouldn't want to do it, but
no, no, I mean, hey, I talked about you can always have fun because I talked about inviting a bunch of guys on a stream this December to do a Black Christmas 2019 drunk watch along because
yeah,
that Black Christmas remake was so bad. Um,
I hear
but
I haven't even seen the original yet, to be honest.
oh, you need to get on that, boy.
I know.
The
Maybe this
original,
Christmas.
yeah, maybe the original is a classic.
My
Um,
brother's a fan.
oh, nice. I wonder what he thinks of the new Black Christmas.
I don't think he's seen it. I don't think he has any interest in seeing it.
I don't
I
blame
don't
him.
know. I'll have to ask him.
Yeah, I, I, I would not blame him at all. But hey, at least with the Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, I could just squint through almost the whole movie. So I'm like watching it through thin eyes, and
Well,
then,
I watch with
yeah,
wide
but,
eyes.
but then once Annie's death scene pops up, then I'll open my eyes because I will say this: while I hate the film, Annie's death scene is probably the most emotional death scene I've seen in like maybe all of horror. It's
And Brad Dourif's reaction to it,
yeah,
fantastic.
ugh,
Along
it's so
with
good.
so many other things about that movie.
Just one great scoop in a big pile of shit. So that's what I look
No.
at it. But Kyle says I know a lot about Child's Play, so that's good. He will be there in our Chucky trivia night, so that'll be fun.
Awesome.
I've got you, I've got Kyle, I've got Bacon so far. Um, maybe Nick Cooling, who did Curse with me, he might pop on. If I talk to Red Rusty like tonight, maybe who did Child's Play 3 with me, he might be able to hop on. So that'd be 5 players if I can get them all. Um, and it's only going to be like it's going to be a shorter match this time. It's going to be like maybe 6 rounds uh, or something like that. So, um, but I'm definitely looking forward to it. So the 12th, that's when it is, Kyle. So if you can hop on the 12th, mark your calendar. That's when we're doing the trivia night. I think I did um, DM you about that, but just making sure. It says, I agree about Annie's death scene in Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Oh, yeah. So good.
One of
Um,
many good things about that movie.
the one good thing about that.
One of many.
um, but yeah, Annie's death scene uh, is just, it's not only is it so brutal, but it's like Scout Taylor Compton's performance too. Whenever she's like crying,
Mhm.
I talk about this in the podcast that I did yesterday. But when she's crying, she's like almost short of breath and is like unable to speak. And it's like it just feels so realistic to how you would actually act if you saw someone that close to you just get massacred. It was so well done.
Beautiful.
Yeah. I'm like, no, if only he made the rest of the film that beautiful. But,
He
anyway.
did. He did.
See, that's why it would be a fun stream because we would just argue a lot. um, and but hey, you're the king of controversial opinions. I tell people every time someone's like, I know it's kind of controversial, but I kind of like this movie. I'm like, oh, you don't know controversial yet until you talk to a friend, to a buddy of mine who thinks movie 43 is excellent and
I do. I
thinks
really do. Yeah, you can all quote me on that.
and and then thinks the Predator is great and stuff like that. So
Predator is great. It's what what's his name that did the Suicide Squad and Guardians of the Galaxy. Why am I blanking on his name at the moment?
oh, James Gunn.
James Gunn, thank you. It's something James Gunn would do, but funnier.
Funnier. Oh my god. No.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, hey, that's what our friendship has been just us basically disagreeing on film opinions. But hey, but at least we can agree on Child's Play and how
Yep.
good the 2019 Child's Play is. It's actually
Yes, we
a lot
can.
of fun. It's actually a lot of fun.
It is.
Just with a very shitty look of Chucky, and but other than that, the rest of it's pretty fun. And on this rewatch, it's stayed about the same. It's the Chucky look still a shit, and
Yeah.
it's
That's not going to go away.
It's not, but it's yeah, it still is looking good. And I'm thinking about ranking the Chucky looks, and if I rank the Chucky looks, then this would definitely be like at the bottom.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah. Miss Carter says, "Don't pick on Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 too much in my presence, please." I won't try to. No,
Another fan?
Yeah, there's another fan there. She's a huge fan of the movie.
Represent.
And there's a lot of people I know in my community of friends who are a fan of it, including one of my best friends who has it in like his top 25 movies of all time. He loves it that much.
Oh, whoa. Yeah, I can't go that far, but
right.
I am a big fan.
But yeah, well, Miss Carter, if you don't like me picking on it now, then it may be best that you just don't watch the Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 stream, because I'm going to find someone who really loves it to do it with. Maybe Dan. But
Yeah, maybe. We'll
but
see.
it would be him loving it and me with a bottle of alcohol just trying to endure it. So
I'll probably drink too, but just for fun.
yeah, I'll probably drink just to get through it. But yeah, that'll be it today, guys. And you know what? I'll say this. I will give you this. It is better than the first Rob Zombie Halloween.
Yes.
Because the first Rob Zombie's Halloween, I watched that, and it's first off, I don't like how they give Michael Myers an origin story and such, like explaining everything.
I like the idea. I don't really care for the execution of it.
Yeah, but then it was once they get to the third act, like I almost felt like it was a copy and paste of like the original.
Yeah, where it's just
film.
like you're not really doing anything with it.
Yeah, it's
That's
like
what two was.
it's like this is yeah. It's like two at least did its own things. It was different. Halloween Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. It at least did its own thing and was different from our previous Halloween 2 from 1981.
It was just something you didn't like.
Yeah, I just wasn't a fan completely of his vision. But I'm not one of those who I sound like I'm hating on it, but really, like, I do respect what he tried to do. It just didn't work for me personally. But I do have at least the respect
Hmm,
for his vision. I just don't think it worked for me personally. Um,
that's fair.
yeah. And Miss Carter says, I'm a huge fan of all Rob Zombie movies. Nice.
I am for most. I think the only one I don't like is Lords of Salem.
Ah, that's what she just said.
I don't like I don't like that one really either.
That's my
Oh my
favorite
god.
one. That's
You
my
should get Mrs. C for this proposed Halloween 2 stream.
I
Should get her to
should
join.
because Lords of Salem is my favorite of the Rob Zombie movies.
Nah,
It's
Devil's Rejects all the way.
Devil's Rejects is my second favorite. I love Devil's Rejects. It's great. But I'm big got into like the art house style,
Mm.
what people would say artsy fartsy horror. Like I love The Witch and Hereditary and stuff like that. Those Midsommars, things like that. And I felt like Lords of Salem was somewhere in that realm of horror. So that's why
Yeah, I see where you're coming from. But yeah, I feel the same way about that as you do about Halloween 2. I respect it, but I don't think Rob succeeded personally, which is how you feel about Halloween 2, right?
yeah.
And pretty much
She
anything
is
else he's done right.
she explains as too out of her comfort zone. Yeah.
God, it's like she's saying what I should have said.
Yeah.
Thank
Yep.
you to the sea.
She always jumps in there with her breadth of knowledge and everything. So, um, but yeah. So this was a Child's Play stream, and it became a Rob Zombie discussion. So next we'll get a Child's Play Rob Zombie movie. So, um, hey,
I'd
and
be down for that.
Bacon Poo Poo pops up saying, "What's up, buddy? What's up, man?" Um, yeah, he does like Lords of Salem. If I ever do Lords of Salem, get Chris Snyder. I think he does like it, and I know Robbie likes it too. So, um, my buddy Robbie. So I'll have to try to get him on for that if I ever do Lords of Salem. But that'll be it for us today, guys. Hope that you enjoyed this watch along of Child's Play, and I if you guys want to see more watch alongs in the future, if y'all want to see the ranking video tomorrow, the trivia night on the 12th, and all that fun stuff, be sure you like this video, subscribe, share, get the word out there. If you guys want to join in on the conversation, you guys can go into the Wolfpack Facebook group. The link is in the description box below. And since it's October, I'll leave you guys off with a wolf howl. Oh, see, that's perfect. Um, and so I just want to thank Dan for coming on here. Thank
Thanks for
you
having
for,
me.
yeah, I think it was convenient that you were a fan of this movie. And so thank you for coming on. And I had a lot of fun. And you did
I
really
did
well.
too.
You did really well sober. So
Thank you.
Yeah. And if you guys want to check out any of the other videos Dan's been in, you guys can see a previous trivia night I did on the channel, and you guys can also check out the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood watch along I did on the channel. Both were an absolute blast. But we'll hope you guys have a wonderful day. Love each and every one of you. And until next time, stay spooky, my friends.